Captain Alex Carter had flown across countless star systems, charting planets that no human had ever set eyes on. The stars stretched endlessly outside the cockpit of the Aurora Explorer, a sleek human exploration vessel. Each mission carried the promise of discovery, but nothing could have prepared him for what he would find on the planet Lithera. Lithera's surface shimmered with strange blue forests, crystalline rivers, and mountains that glowed faintly at night. Sensors indicated life signs, but no intelligent civilization had been recorded. Alex's orders were simple: explore, gather data, and return. Yet, from the moment his boots touched the soft, glowing soil, something felt different. The air was heavy with a sweet floral scent, unlike anything Alex had ever smelled. Birds with translucent wings flitted between towering, luminescent trees. He wandered carefully, documenting the flora and fauna. The forest seemed peaceful, almost magical. But then, a sudden rustling broke the quiet. Alex turned sharply. From behind a tree stepped a figure that seemed human at first glance. But something was undeniably alien. Her skin shimmered with a soft silver glow, and her hair flowed like liquid light. She wore garments that seemed woven from starlight itself. Her eyes, large and violet, were filled with raw emotion, and before Alex could react, she ran toward him, falling to her knees and clinging to him. He froze. "Wait, what are you doing?" Alex asked, unsure. But she didn't answer. She pressed her face against his chest, shaking with sobs. It was unlike anything he had ever encountered. Humans cried, sure, but this was different. Deep, heart-wrenching sorrow radiated from her, almost physically. Instinct took over. Alex knelt beside her, gently wrapping his arms around her trembling body. "Hey, it's okay, I won't hurt you," he said softly. He wasn't sure if she could understand him, but his voice carried warmth, something he hoped might reach her. The translator device on his belt buzzed faintly. The alien's language was complex, layered with tones humans couldn't naturally hear. Slowly, fragments of her words came through. Save. People. Danger. Cannot. Her sobs broke the sentences into pieces, but Alex caught the urgency. Save. Your people? Danger? Alex asked. I'll help. Just tell me how. The alien princess, whose name he soon learned was Leora, shook her head. She clung tighter, the translator barely keeping up with her fragmented speech. Her tears wet his uniform, but Alex didn't mind. He had faced dangerous creatures and hostile worlds, yet nothing had ever required this kind of delicate care. Alex activated the communicator. Command, this is Captain Carter. I've encountered an alien female humanoid, appears royal. She's in distress and needs assistance, requesting permission to bring her aboard. Permission granted, came the calm voice of Mission Control. But be careful, Carter. First contact protocols are in effect. Alex carefully lifted Leora. She didn't resist, but her sobs continued. It was clear she was exhausted and scared, not just physically, but emotionally. Humans could empathize, but the depth of her grief was staggering. Back on the ship, the crew waited in the medbay. They had seen alien species before, but nothing like this. Leora collapsed onto a soft biobed, curling into herself. Alex crouched nearby, maintaining a comforting presence. You're safe now, he whispered. She looked up briefly, her violet eyes meeting his. There was a flicker of hope there, fragile but undeniable. Her lips moved, and through the translator, a sentence finally came clearly. Please, help my people. Alex nodded, resolute. I will. Tell me everything, but slowly. I need to understand. For hours, Leora spoke in broken phrases. Her people, the Litherians, lived in hidden cities beneath Lithera's surface, shielded by technology humans had yet to understand. A neighboring empire had discovered their world and sought to conquer it. Leora's family, the ruling council, had tried to defend their civilization, but their technology alone was not enough. Only with help, possibly human help, could they survive. Alex listened, amazed. Humans were often underestimated in the galaxy, but here, in the eyes of an alien princess, he could see that their unique abilities, empathy, adaptability, courage, were what made them valuable. He realized that humans could achieve more than mere survival. They could inspire trust and hope across species. When Leora's sobs finally subsided, she rested her head on Alex's shoulder. "Danger, need human," she whispered. Alex looked at her. "We'll get your people to safety, I promise. You're not alone." For the first time, she seemed to understand. A faint smile appeared on her lips, hesitant but genuine. She clung to him not in despair but in trust. That small gesture told Alex more than words could. Later, as the ship lifted off from Lithera's surface, Alex stood at the observation deck, looking down at the glowing forests. Leora sat nearby, still silent but calmer, her tiny hands resting in her lap. He felt a strange sense of purpose. This mission had started as exploration, but now it had become a rescue. Humanity had a role to play, not just as explorers, but as protectors. The stars stretched out before them. Lithera's forests glowed faintly in the distance, hiding secrets that only humans and their new ally could uncover. Alex tightened his grip on the railing, determination hardening in his chest. Whatever lay ahead, he knew one thing clearly. He would not let this princess or her people face danger alone. And as Leora looked up at him, her tears gone for now, Alex realized something profound. Humans might be newcomers in the galaxy, but their spirit, their courage, their empathy, their stubborn determination was exactly what civilizations like hers needed. The journey was only beginning. The Aurora Explorer hovered above Lithera's glowing forests, its engines a soft hum in the stillness of space. Inside the med bay, Leora remained seated on the biobed, her hands folded neatly in her lap. Her violet eyes darted nervously between the human crew members who were busy preparing, scanning equipment and medical monitors. Despite the advanced technology surrounding them, it was clear that the young princess felt vulnerable, far from the hidden world she had grown up in. Captain Alex Carter stayed close to her side, his presence steady and reassuring. He had learned quickly that Leora's grief was not something to be rushed or ignored. Her tears were a language of their own, one that spoke of fear, hope, and responsibility. Humans had a natural ability to read emotions, and Alex used it to calm her, speaking softly. "We're going to help. You don't need to hide anything." Slowly, through the universal translator, Leora began to speak. Her words were broken and hesitant, but they revealed the gravity of her situation. "Our people in danger. Empire coming," she said, her voice trembling. "Technology. Not enough. Need help." Alex listened carefully, nodding. "Tell me more. Step by step. I want to understand so we can help." Leora's eyes widened, relief mixing with fear. She leaned slightly closer to Alex and whispered, "Humans, special, can help. Life force." Alex furrowed his brow. "Life force? You mean your energy systems or something else?" She shook her head. "More. Deeper. Only humans can awaken, network, save people." It was complicated, but Alex's mind worked quickly. Humans had always been praised for their adaptability and resilience, but he had never considered that their unique traits could be literally vital to another civilization's survival. His heart swelled with determination. "Then we will do it. I promise we'll find a way." The medbay crew exchanged glances, curiosity and concern in equal measure. Dr. Elena Voss, the chief scientist, stepped forward. "Captain, if what she says is true, this could be the first time humans are directly involved in stabilizing another species' life network. We need to proceed carefully." Alex nodded. "We'll follow the plan. But first, she needs to feel safe. That's step one." Leora's trembling lessened slightly, and she began to explain more of her people's plight. Her civilization, the Litherians, lived in vast underground cities hidden beneath Lithera's forests. They had advanced technology, capable of generating energy and controlling their environment. But that technology was failing because their rulers had relied on it too much. They had forgotten the importance of balance, of connection to living beings. The Empire, greedy, want our cities. Destroy. Take, Leora said, her voice quivering. If humans help, network, survive. My people. Safe. Alex leaned closer, his eyes meeting hers. You're asking a lot. But humans, we rise to challenges. We care about others. That's what makes us strong. You won't have to face this alone. The concept of human empathy and courage seemed foreign to Leora. Her people had always depended on machines and protocols. She had never imagined that beings so fragile-looking could hold such strength and spirit. She tilted her head, curiosity and hope mixing with her fear. The scientists began running tests to understand her physiology and the mysterious network she described. They scanned her for signs of distress, trying to gauge how her life force connected to the environment. Alex stayed by her side the entire time, quietly explaining each device to her and making sure she felt in control. Hours passed, and slowly, Leora began to trust the humans around her. She shared more details. The Empire had spies, machines, and soldiers ready to invade. Her people had tried to defend themselves, but they could not adapt quickly enough to the Empire's changing tactics. Humans, however, had an unpredictable nature capable of thinking in ways the Litherians could not anticipate. That unpredictability, combined with the Aurora Explorer cut through Lithera's atmosphere with careful precision, its hull glowing faintly under the reflection of the planet's luminescent forests. Captain Alex Carter stood at the observation deck, watching the blue-green treetops stretch endlessly below. Leora stayed close, her violet eyes wide as she absorbed the sights from above. Though the forest seemed calm, Alex knew danger waited underground, and they were heading straight toward it. "Captain," said Dr. Elena Voss, pointing at a holographic map. "We've traced the energy patterns to the hidden city, but the path is filled with natural hazards. Tunnels collapse easily, and there are pockets of unstable energy. We'll need to navigate carefully." Alex nodded, his hand resting lightly on Leora's shoulder. "We'll make it. Humans adapt. That's what we do. And we're not just flying into danger. We're saving a civilization." Leora tilted her head. She had learned to trust humans quickly, but she still marveled at their confidence. Her people had relied on technology for centuries, yet humans relied on something she could not fully understand: courage, intuition, and heart. The descent began. The ship moved slowly through narrow canyons and crystalline caverns, its sensors scanning for hidden obstacles. Outside, meteors occasionally streaked past, small fragments of space debris that seemed harmless but could easily damage the ship. Alex adjusted the thrusters with calm precision, demonstrating the human ability to react and improvise. Leora watched, fascinated. "Your hands steady? Like heart," she whispered. Alex smiled gently. "Experience. Humans face challenges all the time. We don't give up easily." Hours passed as the Aurora Explorer wound through twisting tunnels and vast underground canyons. The glow from Lithera's crystals lit the path, but shadows lingered in the depths. Every so often, the sensors detected movement, pockets of life, that Alex and the crew carefully avoided. It was clear the Empire's scouts were near, watching for intruders. In one narrow canyon, a sudden collapse blocked the main path. Rocks tumbled down, creating a barrier that even the ship could not pass. Alex examined the situation, then smiled. "This is nothing humans can't handle. We'll go through a smaller side tunnel. It's tight, but we can make it." The crew adjusted the ship, maneuvering it through the winding side passages. Leora's breath caught in her throat as the walls passed inches from the hull. Yet she felt safe. The human's confidence was infectious. She realized that while her people depended on machines and strategy, Humans depended on one another, on trust, and on their own instincts. Finally, the Aurora Explorer reached a calm, underground valley, a rare open space within the labyrinth of tunnels. Bioluminescent plants and glowing pools created a surreal landscape. Leora stepped forward, touching the crystal floor lightly. "My city, below here," she said. "We must move quickly. The Empire gone near." Alex nodded. "Then we move, but we do it carefully. No one gets left behind." They prepared to leave the ship and explore on foot. The crew donned protective suits, while Leora took Alex's hand. "Follow me," she said. Despite her royal demeanor, there was urgency in her voice. Alex understood. This was not just a mission, it was a rescue. As they moved deeper into the tunnels, Leora explained the layout of her civilization. Vast chambers connected by narrow corridors, protected by energy shields and ancient machines. Her people had relied on patterns, routines, and technology, but the Empire's approach was unpredictable. Humans, with their improvisation and courage, were exactly what her people needed. The journey was not easy. Tunnels twisted unexpectedly, and sometimes the walls seemed to close in. Yet Alex and his crew adapted quickly, using tools and quick thinking to navigate obstacles. Every step reinforced the human trait that Leora admired: resilience. No matter the challenge, humans pressed forward, finding solutions where others would see only danger. At one point, they encountered a small patrol of enemy drones. The Letherians had been unable to detect them, but the humans' quick reflexes allowed them to disable the machines before they could raise an alarm. Leora watched in awe. Humans fight. Smart. Not just weapons, she murmured. Alex smiled, gently guiding her past the disabled drones. "We fight with our minds as much as our hands. That's why we survive." By the time they reached the outskirts of the hidden city, the journey had forged a quiet bond between humans and Leora. She began to see them not as fragile beings, but as essential allies, beings capable of courage, creativity, and compassion. Humans, she realized, were not just visitors in her world. They could be saviors. They paused at a glowing bridge that spanned a deep chasm, the network's main energy conduit visible below. Leora's gaze softened. "Here. Must go carefully. Network, weak, Empire, close," she said. Alex nodded. "We'll go slow, step by step. Humans never rush blindly. We plan, we adapt, and we protect one another." Together they crossed the bridge. Alex stayed close to Leora, reassuring her with steady words and gentle guidance. Each careful step reminded her that humans were not just strong, they were brave, empathetic, and determined. Finally, they reached a large chamber filled with faintly glowing structures. The network's energy flowed through crystalline nodes, pulsing weakly. Leora's eyes filled with both hope and worry. "This network, only humans, can awaken fully," she whispered. Alex placed a hand on her shoulder. "Then we'll do it. Humans rise to challenges, even ones no one else can face. We'll help your people together." As they prepared to venture deeper into the city and begin the process of saving Leora's civilization, a sense of purpose filled the humans and the princess alike. The journey had tested their patience, courage, and problem-solving skills, but it had also built trust. Alex realized something profound. Humans were not just explorers or fighters. They were a force of hope. Their empathy, adaptability, and unwavering determination could change the fate of entire worlds. And now, the hidden city of Lithera would see that truth firsthand. The adventure had truly begun. Along the walls, their energy pulsing weakly like a dying heartbeat, Leora led the humans carefully through the maze of structures, her small hand gripping Alex's. The closer they got to the central node, the more fragile the network appeared. It was clear that her people's civilization was on the brink. "This network, very fragile," Leora whispered. If Empire reaches city, all lost. Alex nodded, taking in the scene. I can see that. But we'll fix it. Humans are good at handling things no one else can. Leora looked at him, her violet eyes wide with both hope and doubt. Humans. Strong, but how help? Alex crouched beside her, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. We'll figure it out together, step by step. You've already shown me how to read your people, and now I'll help you read this network. Humans have a way of adapting, solving problems where others fail. That's what makes us special. Leora's tears returned, this time from relief mixed with fear. Only humans can awaken. Life force. Network. Save. People. Alex understood. Her civilization had relied on technology for so long that they had forgotten something essential: balance. Machines alone could not sustain life. Only by combining human resilience, creativity, and emotional energy could the network fully revive. Dr. Elena Voss examined the central node, running scans and checking the network's pulse. The readings are unstable, she said. If we try to activate it, it could collapse completely. We need a human connection. The data indicates that humans' physiology can stabilize the network in a way no Letherian can. Alex exhaled, slowly. So it's more than just plugging in devices, our biology and our instincts, our empathy. These are what will save them. Leora nodded, a single tear slipping down her cheek. Yes, humans, heart, energy, life. The humans prepared to connect with the network. Alex and his crew donned special suits designed to link with the crystalline nodes, allowing them to channel their energy into the system. Leora guided them, explaining the delicate process. Each step required precision, patience, and trust. As Alex approached the first node, he felt a faint hum beneath his hands. The energy was alive, responsive, yet unstable. The network seemed to sense the human presence, as if recognizing the courage and compassion within them. You, humans, different, Leora said softly. Your mind, your heart, strong enough to save. Alex smiled gently. We're also stubborn, he added. Once we decide to help, we don't stop. That's part of being human. He placed his hands fully on the crystalline node, letting his energy flow into the network. At first, the pulses flickered weakly, but gradually they grew steadier. He felt the strain, the responsibility pressing down on him, yet he did not falter. Humans were built to endure, to push forward even when the odds seemed impossible. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew joined, connecting with other nodes. Each human brought something unique: patience, creativity, determination. Slowly, the network began to stabilize, its pulses more regular, its glow brighter. Leora watched, her hope growing. You can do it, she whispered, her voice trembling with relief. But the process was not without danger. Alarms blared from the outer chambers. The Empire had detected the human presence and sent forces to disrupt the network. Alex and his team braced themselves as mechanical drones began to descend the corridors. Stay calm, Alex said firmly. We've handled worse. Humans think fast, adapt faster. The crew sprang into action, disabling the drones with clever tactics and improvised tools. Leora's G. The underground chamber of Lithera's hidden city buzzed with energy. Crystalline nodes pulsed with light, their once weak signals now flowing steadily through the network. Yet, despite the progress, tension hung in the air. The Empire's forces had not retreated. Their drones prowled the corridors seeking to disrupt the fragile restoration. Captain Alex Carter stood near the central node, hands ready, mind focused. This is it, he said quietly to his crew. We finish this now. Keep calm, trust each other, and stay ready. Leora stood beside him, her small hand brushing his arm. Humans. Brave. Heart. Life. Help, she whispered. Her eyes reflected hope but also fear. She had seen the Empire's power before and knew that even a small mistake could undo everything. Dr. Elena Voss and the other crew members took their positions at the outer nodes, their suits connected to the network. Each human's energy and determination flowed into the system, stabilizing it. Alex could feel the hum of life force under his hands responding to human presence. It was fragile, yes, but it was alive. Suddenly, alarms rang through the chamber. The Empire's drones had detected the human connection and were moving in. Alex looked toward the entrance, then back at the network. "No hesitation," he said, firmly. "We protect this city, and each other. Humans fight with heart and mind. Now is the time." The first drones entered. Small, mechanical, and quick, they zipped toward the humans. Alex and his crew reacted instantly, disabling several, with improvised tools and quick strikes. The Litherian princess watched, awe widening her eyes. She had relied on technology her whole life, yet humans without super weapons or shields adapted instantly, thinking faster than any machine. "You, humans, smart. Fight. Not just strength," Leora whispered. Alex nodded without, looking away from the drones. "We fight smart, yes, but most importantly, we don't give up." As the battle continued, the network's light grew stronger. Each act of bravery, each careful maneuver, seemed to feed it. The Litherians began to notice. Slowly they emerged from hiding, drawn by the growing energy. Many stood frozen, witnessing the humans' courage and determination. Their young princess had told them it was possible, but seeing it with their own eyes inspired hope in ways words never could. Alex moved toward the central node again. His hands pressed firmly on the crystal, energy flowing from him into the network. It was taxing, physically and emotionally, but he held steady. Humans had always endured hardships, adapted and persisted. It was their nature to rise to challenges no matter the risk. Dr. Voss joined him, her hands on the side nodes, adding her energy to stabilize the network further. "It's working," she said breathlessly. "The system is responding to human input. Steady, keep steady." Leora watched with wide eyes as the network began to pulse in bright, even waves. The energy spread outward, revitalizing the underground city, lighting corridors and chambers that had been dark for months. Plants within the hidden city shimmered to life, and water channels began to flow smoothly again. The Empire's interference was weakening. The network was too strong now, fueled by humans' courage and determination. Alex glanced at Leora. "Your people are going to be okay. We're making sure of it." Tears filled her eyes, but this time they were tears of relief and gratitude, not fear. She stepped closer to Alex. "Thank humans, saved people, life, hope." Suddenly, the remaining Empire drones tried one last attack. They surged forward faster than before. Alex and his crew met them with calm precision, outthinking and disabling each one. Leora's heart pounded, but she stayed near Alex. She realized fully what humans were capable of. Not just physical skill, but bravery, quick thinking, and unwavering dedication to protecting others. After a tense few minutes, the drones were destroyed or disabled. The chamber was quiet, save for the steady pulse of the revived network. Alex's hands lifted from the central node, and he took a deep breath, exhausted but triumphant. "It's done," he said softly. "The network is fully restored. Your people are safe now." The Litherians emerged from the shadows, cautious but curious. They approached the humans with wonder, eyes wide at the glowing nodes and the beings who had saved them. Leora ran forward, gathering her people and pointing toward the humans. "Humans, brave, strong, heart, life," she repeated proudly. The underground city was alive again. Light filled every corner, energy coursed through the network, and plants and water thrived as before. Leora's people could breathe freely, their fears melting away in the presence of humans' courage. Alex smiled at Leora. "We did it together. You guided us and we adapted. That's what humans do. We rise to challenges, especially when it matters most. Leora's eyes sparkled with gratitude. Never forget. Humans, saved, people, future. Alex placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. We'll remember. But more importantly, your people will remember. And now they can thrive again thanks to cooperation, trust, and bravery, both human and Lithirian. The chamber hummed with energy and life. Leora's people celebrated, their voices echoing off the crystalline walls. Alex looked at the humans on his team, proud of their determination and teamwork. They had faced danger, uncertainty, and overwhelming odds and emerged victorious. Leora turned to Alex, tears of joy still streaming down her face. Your people, special, heart, courage, changed, world. Alex smiled warmly. And your people reminded us why we help. Humans are not perfect, but when we work together, when we care, we can make impossible things happen. As the celebration continued, Alex reflected on what had just happened. Humans were not just explorers or adventurers. They were beings capable of inspiring hope, of standing against fear, and of saving lives when all seemed lost. In the eyes of Leora and her people, humanity's true power was not in weapons or machines, but in courage, empathy, and the refusal to give up. For the first time, the Lithirians fully understood what humans could do. And for the humans, they had discovered something profound. Their bravery and heart could reach across worlds, touching lives and changing destinies. The revival of the network was complete. Lithira's hidden city thrived once more. And at the heart of it all, humans stood proud, not as conquerors, but as protectors and allies, showing that courage, compassion, and determination could save civilizations. Alex watched Leora and her people feeling the weight of responsibility lift. This was more than a mission. It was a testament to humanity's spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest places, hope, teamwork, and heart could shine brightly. The adventure was not over, but one truth was clear: humans had made a difference. And in doing so, they had shown the galaxy what it truly meant to be human. The underground city of Lithira glowed brighter than ever. Crystalline nodes pulsed steadily, energy flowing through every corridor and chamber. Lithirians moved freely, now their fear replaced by curiosity and hope. Captain Alex Carter walked alongside Princess Leora, watching as her people marveled at their revitalized home. You, humans, more than brave, Leora said softly, her violet eyes shining. You, heart, courage, life, changed everything. Alex smiled. We did it together. Your people guided us, and we used our strengths to help. Humans rise to challenges, especially when it matters most. The princess's smile widened. The first genuine one Alex had seen since their journey began. Leora had been desperate, clinging to him in tears, fearing her civilization would be lost. Now, standing amid her people, she saw a future that was possible because humans had dared to act with courage and empathy. Dr. Elena Voss joined them, holding a small device that measured energy stability. The network is fully restored, she reported. The system is stronger than before. The Lithirians' technology combined with human adaptability, well, it's working better than anyone could have predicted. Leora's people approached, slowly, some cautious, others curious. They had hidden from the Empire for so long, relying on shields and machinery, that they had forgotten how to trust in living allies. Seeing humans who had risked their lives for their sake stirred a new respect and wonder. You, humans, part our story now, Leora said, her voice strong. Not just visitors, but protectors, friends. Alex knelt slightly to meet her gaze. We're more than visitors. Humans are capable of helping, creating, and protecting. And today we've proven it. The Lithirians gathered around the humans, bowing not out of fear, but in respect. They had seen the difference between relying solely on machines and working, together with living beings who thought, felt, and cared. Alex felt pride, not in himself alone, but in humanity. Humans were newcomers in the galaxy, yet their courage and empathy had saved an entire civilization. Leora guided Alex and his crew to the city's central plaza, where the largest node pulsed with brilliant light. Here, we celebrate humans, life, hope, future, she said. The energy of the network seemed to resonate with her words, spreading through the city, invigorating every Letherian. The humans were treated as heroes, though Alex quickly reminded them of the truth. We didn't do this alone. Your people helped, guided, and believed. That's why it worked. Humans adapt and act, yes, but trust and teamwork are the real keys. Leora nodded. Yes, but your people, heart, courage, different, special, saved, life. She paused, her voice trembling slightly. We will not forget. Humans. Friends. Forever. The celebration continued, but Alex noticed something more profound. The Letherians' culture had shifted.